Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the Savage Edge Racing Network. We have a special one for you tonight, the Cars and Stars of the Haviland series from 1997, which is what became the 1997 American Canadian Tour Championship. Cars are on the track. They're at the legendary North Wilkesboro Speedway, and currently atop the leaderboard is Mr. Tuesday himself, Aaron Maynard, and right behind him is Chris Legue, driver of number 71, and he is joining me in the booth today.
Yeah, that's right. Here we are, North Wilkesboro, the site of excitement here tonight on a Tuesday evening, ready for your viewing pleasure.
Speaking of viewing pleasure, these cars are beautifully done. We've got about a minute and a half, actually down to about a minute and 19 seconds left in practice. Aaron Maynard has lit up the field here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. He just lit up the side of the Chris Legue car coming to, and he piled into Brent Dragon. Now, these guys they're going to have to go to backup cars now.
Oh, absolutely. Not a single starter out there, I think, is going to come in with their original car. It's going to be fast-paced action out there on pit road as they try and get the backups ready to go.
They're going to be unloading them from the trucks, and by unloading them from the trucks, I mean they're going to be hitting the little red button on their steering wheel that says "Return to the pit area." The best part about iRacing is you don't have to fix it; it does it for you.
Chris, you sound like you're echoing a little bit.
Yeah, I gotta hear that. I'll try and move it. Look, I haven't used this setup in a long, long time.
30 seconds left in practice. Aaron Maynard pacing the field by just over a tenth of a second. Powell has climbed up to the number 2 position. He is less than half. He is half of a tenth of a second, 5/100ths of a second. Back now in the second place. 1997 Airborne champion Mike Bruno is 4th quick. 5th quick is Ron Weston. Brian Hoare, the 1997 Haviland Series champion, currently is 6th. Chris Fisher, the Airborne Rookie of the Year, is 7th. 8th is Chris Machad, current owner of Thunder Road. Stacy Cahoon and current Thunder Road Director of Competition Chuck Beatty rounding out the top 10 in the running order as the white flag is out, signifying the end of this practice session. You can see our flagman. For all intents and purposes, it can be Jason Lemoyne today, waving the checkered flag. Qualifying is getting ready to commence. It'll be 2-lap qualifying runs, time trial style. And we will see who's going to go to the top of the board here in this one. Again, at the beautiful North Wilkesboro Speedway.
Yeah, this is going to be exciting. Hopefully the mic situation is then figured out. You all have to let me know. But right now, we've got the number 6 coming out, ready for lap number 1 of his qualifying run.
That is the driver known as the Shermanator. Cory Sherman coming down to take the green flag. He'll now go on to his first lap of time. Pretty good line down into the first and second corner, running on the bottom. There's 2 ways to get around this racetrack here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. You can run the top of the racetrack through 1 and 2, or you can run right down on the bottom. The middle's not really the hot hookup. We'll see where Cory will land here on his first lap.
Well, I happen to know that the middle may not work up front, but if you're in the rear, it seems to work pretty darn nice.
Well, Cory Sherman has gone to the top of the leaderboard momentarily, but he has just been bumped by the Valvoline 46. For the driver from Lyndonville, Vermont, the Rainey's Discount Beverage Chevrolet, Aaron Maynard, now is atop the board a lap of 18.222. So the 2s for Mr. Tuesday, Aaron Maynard, and he is now atop the board. Cory Sherman's been bumped back to 2nd. Pete Fecto is currently 3rd. 4th is Ron Weston. Brian Hoare 5th. Mike Bruno. Phil Scott, the current governor of the state of Vermont. Of course, these cars are all AI controlled except for a select few. Aaron Maynard in the 46. Cory Sherman's 33, which is the number 6 car, but scored as 33 because we already have 2 6s and we don't need any more. Chris Legue's number 71 is also one of the computer controlled, or one of the real person controlled cars. And JT, or Jason Powell, he threw the T in there on his Discord name, which makes him JT for the rest of the evening. We're still waiting on him to take his lap of time to see where he's going to end up on the board. He was pretty quick in practice. He was 2nd fastest in the practice session. We'll see where he lines up on the board when he gets around to making his qualifying lap.
Yeah, and qualifying going to be ending here pretty soon. But as you said, still Jason Powell to go in the number 18, waiting on him I don't know if he's just a little slow on getting fuel. Oh, nope, there he is, an 18.18, bumping Maynard down to second spot.
So Mr. Tuesday is going to now start from position number 2. Aaron Maynard will go from second, and Jason Powell will go from the pole position in the number 18. Got a little bit of time before we get these cars gridded up. I believe there was 32 cars in the pit area today for this race. It's 45 laps in distance. Only green flag laps will count. Caution flag laps will be technical laps, non-accounting. And only green will count. Chris McHugh is going to roll off from 33rd.
It's a perfect qualifying effort from him.
So we have the front row. Looks like we've got everybody here tagging in. It'll be Jason Powell's number 18, the Racing for Christ automobile, and outside him will be the number 46, Aaron Maynard from Lindenville. Of course, at the time of 1997, he would have been Milton Brabant's Aaron Maynard, and we will refer to him as that back and forth throughout the course of the broadcast. Cory Sherman, number 6, going from the second position. Pistol Pete Fecto in the 75. Keep an eye on 5th place starter Brian Orr. Actually, he's 6th place starter. He's just up ahead of the 35 of Ron Weston. The lights are going down on the iRacing Ford Mustang pace car. Means we're getting ready to go to business. 45 green flag laps. It's like a normal Saturday night show for these guys back in 1997. Of course, it is the current super late model bodies. We've been running this series for a couple of weeks. This is the most starters we've had. This is the biggest track we've been to. Powell on the inside, Maynard on the outside. These two have never raced against each other, so there's a little bit of a feeling out process here. Cory Sherman, who has been our broadcaster for the last couple of events, is starting from the 3rd position. He's going to settle in here and be at the keyboard of a race car, answer the keyboard at the call. Green flag is out. Ooh, Aaron Maynard got a good jump, but it may have been a little early, Chris.
Yeah, that was, with the new rules on iRacing, that one's not going to count. Except for I think we just kind of let it go here tonight. It is new, so I think, we just let it roll.
Race control has directed Aaron Maynard that he has to let the 18 car back by it or receive a black flag. So he will do that, as he does, coming down the front straightaway there. Maynard goes back to second. Powell is the leader. Sherman running 3rd on the inside with Mike Bruno right behind. Still side-by-side racing at the front. We've been at 2 laps now under green. And it is Jason Powell pulling away at the front. Cory Sherman still working over the rear bumper of the 46 of Aaron Maynard. Maynard running it right down on the bottom in the number 2 position. Sherman peeks up a little bit, trying to hold off the challenges from Pete Fecto as Mike Bruno's backed up a couple of spots in the 22 car.
At 3, coming off from turn number 4, Powell still in the race lead. Maynard trying to track him down. The gap starting to widen just a little bit as Powell laying down the rubber early on here in North Wilkesboro.
Maynard, the number 46, looks like he's kind of switched over to the defense role right now as he's getting a pretty stiff challenge from the 33 of Cory Sherman. Gets sideways coming off of turn 4.
That's the challenge no more as he noses into the inside retaining wall. And Cory Sherman waiting patiently for a spot to back into the field and be on his way. An easy hit to that inside retaining wall will be able to continue on. No problem for the 33/6 on your screen.
Well, it kind of works out mathematically because if you take 33, which is 2 3s, and you add them together, it becomes a 6. So, I mean, I totally understand the mathematical equation you get to being number 6 out of having 33 as your scored number. It makes perfect sense to me. Brian Orr, ACT champion for 1997, currently riding in the 4th position, which is going to become the 3rd position as unexpectedly Ray's leader, Jason Powell's headed down pit road. I wonder what the deal is there, Chris. You got any reports from pit road?
Powell said that he had possibly a left front tire going down. Didn't want to chance it this early on in the race. Opts to come back out at the tail end of the field after we get ready to go back green.
Well, Aaron Maynard will inherit the lead, and no big deal. He's just got the Actually, he's got all 3 champions of 1997 lined up directly behind him. As we'll take a look deeper in the field, we're picking up the 71 Chris Legue. That's the Orange Texaco automobile. He's running right in front of the number 77. That is Bill Fountain, one of the airborne regulars.
I gotta say, that is a very good-looking number 71.
It is. We have 2 71s in the field. The 71 New York, of course, that is Chris Fisher. He is a regular at the Airborne Speedway, future champion of that racetrack. It looks like Sherman has changed all the tires on the number 6 car after nosing into the inside wall. Probably got a little bit of tire wear, locking it down and sliding it into the inside wall. So probably a good choice. You can see Aaron Maynard warming the tires up at the number 46 as he has inherited the lead.
Yeah. This in from pit road. Cory Sherman did flat spot the tires. Didn't feel like the car was going to handle well. Decided to come on down pit road. Now all better. 4 fresh tires on the number 33. And Maynard leading the way. They fold into columns of 2, getting ready to go back. Green flag racing.
Just as you said, the lights have gone down on that iRacing pace car. Maynard will have the inside lane. Pete Fecto from Morrisville, Vermont will be on the outside of the number 75. Brian Hoare currently sitting in 3rd. 4th is Mike Bruno. 5th, rounding out the top 5, is Essex Center, Vermont's Ron Weston. To his outside is the 071 or the 71 New York of Chris Fisher. Coming off of turn 4, looking for the restart here on lap number 5, and they've got it. Green flag is out. No big jump for Aaron Maynard that time. He's minding his P's and Q's on restarts after getting black flagged on the initial start. Maynard will drive away off of turn 2 on the inside, but not by far because Pete Fecto will battle back and go a little bit too high in turn 3 on entry.
Yeah, Fecto was really out of the racing groove. Maybe trying to, come down a little bit straighter onto the front stretch. It didn't seem to work out for him, though, as Maynard scooted ahead further back in the field. The 71 of Legue is really making headway right in the middle of the track.
Legue in the 71 trying to make some headway up the middle of the racetrack. Aaron Maynard is making all the headway he needs at the front of the pack in car number 46. He's put about a car length on the rest of the field. Holding a pretty wheel at the front of the pack as Sherman goes way up the outside of the number 6. They are seriously trying to scoop their way out of the back of the pack. You see him flashing by the airborne regular, Mark Lambert, and they're trying to turn down under Steve Miller as he's trying to get that Valvoline 33.6 out of the back of the pack, catch up to Chris Legue, who you see just a couple of spots in front of him.
Yeah, oddly enough, after that first pit stop, we're not seeing much of Jason Powell. Powell marred back or further in the field, but we are keeping an eye on the 33 of Cory Sherman, showing the number 6 on your screen.
And we'll flip back to the 18 of Powell. He's now made his way by Mark Lambert in his 29. He's working over Berger Blake in the number 27. You can see the 18 car, the Racing for Christ on a wheel, has the front end all punched in on that as he's been trying to get a little aggressive in his moves out of the back of the pack. Not working so well right now as Legue's 71 and company have all gotten by him. Cory Sherman moving up as well as Aaron Maynard continues to pace the field. Coming off of turn 4 to complete lap number 12, there's a battle for second. And moving forward is the number 71. That's the Haviland Texaco Bourne Service Center Priority Automobile working underneath the 76 of Steve Renadette. They're side by side down the back straightaway. Renadette on the outside has the 15th position. 14th is Legue on the inside. They get a little bit close, and Legue will drive away in the 71.
Early on here, the 71 seems to be really climbing up the field quickly. Lap 13 in the books. We're working lap 14 as we look in on Cory Sherman in the 6th. Sherman down on the inside may have touched doors just a little bit, coming onto the front stretch.
He slaps a little bit of paint on the side of that Steve Renner, that 76 car. He is trying to close in on Chris Legue. That's the battle right now for the TNA banner. Don't know who's going to end up winning that one, but those are TNA Racing team members battling for the banner here tonight. Legue has the lead in it. Sherman's trying to close him in. He's just cut by Gene Sears, 32, and the 54 of Chuck Beatty.
And Jason Powell trying to work his way forward still on the inside of the 27, trying to make his way up a spot. He does it, heading into turn 3. Now looking to go 3 wide out of turn 4. Not going to do it this time.
He took one. He tried to make three happen at the same time, but he'll have to wait a little bit patiently and catch him on the other end of the speedway. Gets by the 00 of Steve Miller. Now he works down low on the 06 of Beaver Dragon. Down the back straightaway they go. Chris Legue has moved himself up into the top 10 in the number 71 car, working underneath the 68 of Jim Silly.
And Jim Silly on the outside, definitely holding the RPMs as he is able to stay side by side with the 71, but not for long. The 71 takes it down low and takes away the spot.
Legue grabs the number 11 position. Now he's going to have to go on the attack to try to get himself up into the top 10. He just grabbed 11th. 10th is Chris Machad. Still leading the field right now. Actually closing in on some lap traffic is the 46 of Maynard, who has just kind of set sail at the front of the pack. And closing in on the Clem Despo number 3. And it looks like he's got a couple other cars in front of him between Dwayne Lampier's number 40 and the 77 of Bill Fountain, who we just saw battling with Legue and Sherman not too long ago. Maynard may be closing in on the majority of the back half of the field to start putting cars some serious laps down.
The desperate one, the first one lap down. Clem Despo falls to Aaron Maynard. Maynard now on the back bumper, trying to put a couple more cars one lap down. He takes the middle line and thinks better of it, cuts it down low, stays on the inside lane as they cross the car finish line to finish up lap number 24.
Maynard getting a little bit aggressive down on the bottom as he sees the Ron Weston 35, the number 2 runner, closing in the rear view mirror. Maynard in the 46 gets away with the lead. Weston will follow him by the lap cars now. First and second run nose to tail as Powell in the number 18 finally works by the 61 of Robin Wood. Now he's going to go underneath the 76 of Steve Renadette. Renadette we just saw battling with the... big wreck in the front stretch.
Hard hit on the inside or the outside retaining wall. Right on the front stretch. Everybody got a show.
Jason Powell thought he had that left front tire going down earlier on today. Came down pit road out of the pole position. We just barely crossed the halfway mark, and he may be regretting coming down pit road to have that left front tire service, because he's going to need a whole lot more than left front tire service now.
Yeah, left side of that 18 tore up with 23 laps to go. Under caution, number 2 here on the night. First one, of course, Cory Sherman. Now, Jason Powell.
Sherman and Powell, the 2 caution flags so far in the first race. Chris Legue just got into the Bill Fountain 77. That's not going to help the handling at all.
Talk about being aggressive, my lord.
I guess nobody got the memo that caution laps don't count. They're technical non-counting laps. Aaron Maynard is out front, currently running the outside lane. Apparently may think there's some debris on the bottom of the racetrack, so he's running up high on the outside of the pace car.
Well, we have seen some debris out there. Out of turn 2, there's been some grass once in a while.
Yeah, a lot of guys dipping those left side tires down into the grass area. It gives you a little bit of launch. If you can hit it just right, I have noticed that they can really get a drive down the back straightaway, because it'll really pivot the cars, and then you can launch it straight down the back stretch. And a few guys have been utilizing that a little bit deeper in the field to try to get a nose along someone to pick up a position or two. So maybe trying to keep the grass off the tires of that number 46. Aaron Maynard running around the top of the racing line.
Everything sticks to these tires when they're hot, and they are definitely hot right now. Maynard leading the way in his number 46, as he has basically since lap 4 or 5, somewhere in there. Maynard looking good in that Valvoline number 46.
Staying right with him, though, all day long so far. It's been that number 35, Ron Weston. I mean, we're only halfway through, so it's not really much of an all day long. But Ron Weston, who started outside of the top 5, has moved himself into that runner-up position. He's leapfrogged Pete Fecto in the 75. Fecto is now 3rd. 4th is Phil Scott's number 14. Oh, nope, that's the Chris Fisher 071. That is Fisher currently riding in the 5th position. Or 4th position, rather than Brian Horace 5th. Mike Bruno is the 6th place runner. Bunch of cars still on pit road. Steve Renadette, who was involved in that crash on the front straightaway with Jason Powell, is on a pit road making repairs to that automobile. That's the Fairfax Salvage Pontiac. As we've gone to the aerial view with the field crossing back over in the columns of 2. That means they're going back to racing, Chris.
Yeah, back to racing. Next time by, we'll look for that pace car to drop down onto pit road. It is going to be Maynard, Weston making up your front row. Fecto and Fisher, row number 2, as the pace car drops down and green flag is in the air.
The speed increases as they drive these cars down into turn 1. Aaron Maynard running absolutely as low as he can on the racetrack. Ron Weston makes some hay on the high side of the racetrack. They're nose to nose as they head back to turn 3. But again, the outside lane, not the place to be right now. Maynard turns that car right down to the bottom. We got some 3-wide action going on deep in the field. Looks like Cory Sherman made a move 3-wide past the 71 of Chris Legue and the 6 of Chris Machad. That puts Legue moving backwards on the inside lane now behind the 0 of Brand Dragon. And Sherman is really going to work in the high groove.
Yeah, sometimes the driver just makes the groove work. Oh, we got one or the outside wall there on the front stretch. We stay green. 21 laps to go here from North Wilkesboro.
Beatty got a bit of a door slap from the 71 of Chris Legue, who may see some desperation setting in. He's kind of stalled out behind the Chris Machad and Brand Dragon cars. 4 wide deeper in the field. Jason Powell's trying to get out of the box in a hurry. He's got Burger Blake covering the real low lane. Flipper Irwin right in front of him in the 69, and we've got yellow again.
4 wide here at North Wilkesboro. This track isn't really wide enough to do that, so good for them to not cause the caution that time by.
Some great hands right there, not taking each other out, but Jason Powell, who was the fastest car in time trials, went to the pit area on the caution flag on lap number 4 and has kind of died by that sword, so to speak, over the course of this race. Maynard of the 46 has picked up the pieces. He's led it since. Ron Weston runs in second. Third place still Chris Fisher's 71 New York.
Big surprise right now, 19 laps to go. Brian Hoare in the 45 is falling back to the 9th position. So Hoare is moving backward. We don't see that very often in the 1997 season.
Definitely expect to see that 45 car charge to the front, but inside, outside lane on restarts, cost you a position here, cost you a position there. So Horace trying to rebound. Pete Fecto hanging around inside the top 5. Aaron Maynard showing the way with Ron Weston and Chris Fisher's 71 in tow. That is your top 3 runners right now with 20 laps to go here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway.
Yeah, somehow Sherman has made it back up into the 8th position. Oh, Lakeview coming down pit road really late on this pit stop.
Well, he's got a lot of damage on the front of the car. He's got damage on the right side where he and Chuck Beatty had just got together, which the Chuck Beatty car stopped on the back straightaway after that contact, is what brought this caution flag out. So the Legue crew will go to work. They'll get that thing squared away, and we'll get back to racing here momentarily on the Savage Edge Racing Network.
Would like to take a moment and hey, throw something out there for Savage Edge. Make sure to check them out on savageedge.com. Your home for apparel and koozies and sunglasses, whatever you need, whatever you got, they can put your name on it. savageedge.com.
If you're one of my friends that's tuning into this race, you are now confused by what apparel is. I'll go ahead and give you guys, that's t-shirts. If you want some custom t-shirts, fancy people call it apparel, but the rest of us, we call them t-shirts. If you want custom t-shirts, custom hats, custom, I don't know, luggage maybe, whatever you need, sweatshirts, jackets, check them out.
I heard a rumor that they might even go into the Speedo business.
I'm not gonna roll an opinion out on Speedos. If they go into the Speedo business, I want them to keep that to themselves. I don't want to be involved in any of the Speedoing. Seeing them, looking at them, talking about them. I guess I could talk about them. I just don't want to be looking at them. Lights are down on the pace car. We're ready to go back to racing action here on the Savage Edge Racing Network at North Wilkesboro Speedway with the cars and stars of the Haviland Series in 1997. Aaron Maynard continuing to pace the field in the number 46. And once again, he's got his childhood favorite lined up to his outside from Essex Center, Vermont, Ron Weston's car 35. Shelburne, Vermont's Chris Fisher is third with Bomoseen, Vermont's Mike Bruno in fourth. We are ready to go with 20 laps remaining, and the green flag is back out. And that time, Maynard was once again a little bit aggressive on the restart, slowing that car down deep into turn number 1 with a race lead there, 3 wide behind him, and Mike Bruno's trying to thread the needle to the outside for second.
Bruno on the outside looking strong, but here we go on the inside in the middle. Oh, caution one more time. And that looks like Jason Powell in the 18. So again, going to the back for those tires early on in this race, biting Jason Powell.
And Kip Stockwell has stopped on the front stretch too in the number 16. So not sure if the caution came out for the 18 of Powell or if it came out for the 16 of Stockwell. Either way, the yellow flag has come out. Maynard still the leader. Running order in the top 3 has not changed. Oh yeah, there we go. Kip Stockwell may have a tire down.
Yeah, he's really slow in the corner. Oh yeah, he definitely had something going on with that vehicle.
Looks like it's probably the left front, the way that car is pitched at the front straight, and that's where the yellow came out. So yeah, it would definitely be the Stockwell 16 bringing the caution flag out. So it'll be interesting to see if Powell get his spot back in the 18 if the caution wasn't for him. With the scoring loops here in iRacing, they do go back to the last time you went across the stripe. The yellow flag freezes the field wherever you're running on the racetrack. And then on these shorter tracks, not the big cup super speedways, but the short tracks, it goes back to the last complete green flag lap, kind of like your normal weekly Saturday night short track will. And so we'll see if Powell will get his spot back. Cory Sherman banging around inside of the top 10. Looking just in front of him in 9th place is Brian Hoare, who continues to plummet back outside of the top 5 now.
Well, everything's kind of shifting just a little bit right now. Sherman being scored in the 8th spot, Hoare in 7th, Cahoon in the 83, running in 6th, Fecto in the 75, running 5th. Bruno, Fisher, Weston, Maynard in reverse order. Maynard continues to lead the way.
Maynard has found the way around North Wilkesboro as Chuck Beattie comes storming out of the pits in the number 54. He may have jumped the paddle man at the end of the front straightaway. We got Fitzy down there with the paddle, telling everyone if they can go or not. And I don't think he was quite clear, but he was clear in his mind that he was headed down pit road. As you can see, Powell trying to return to the back of the pack after visiting pit road after his most recent donuts down the back straightaway.
Yeah, still a little bit of damage on the front end of the 18 machine, but he is going to be restarting shotgun here on this restart. Pace car lights are still on, so we've got at least a couple of laps to go.
Maynard in the 46, Weston in the 35.
We got some serious shaking going on in the studio, but I'm sure that's going to clear right up, and it does.
This is something to do with the caution flag laps not counting, and it trips the ticker into knowing exactly where anyone is running. Chuck Beattie is being scored as the leader right now, and I think that may have something to do with his coming out of the pit area under false pretenses. We'll have to give that lead back up to our current race leader here. Maynard, as you can see, the field crossing back over into the columns of 2 behind the iRacing Ford Mustang pace car. Taking a look deep in the field, Cory Sherman. Right now we can see he is running on the outside of row number 4. He's 8th on the grid. He is way up towards the top of the other real person automobiles are kind of back a little bit deeper. Chris Legue back outside of the top 25, as is the 18 of Powell. Pace car is ready to make its way into the pit area, and we're set to turn them loose one more time here at North Wilkesboro Speedway.
Well, a shaky start about 3 rows back as somebody spun the tires, and they're going 3 wide because of it. Oh, settled right back down in the 2 wide situation. It was, I didn't see the number there.
I believe it was the 83 Stacy Cahoon who got way out of shape on the restart. I think he got a little bit of help from that number 6 of Cory Sherman. Sherman will sail it down to the bottom, trying to get by the 75 of Pete Fecto. Fecto plugs the bottom lane. Cahoon has the top, so Sherman will go through the middle as we've got yellow again. Caution flag out again. Unsure what the cause would be this time.
Oh, camera showing on the 71, but not sure exactly. A little check up there.
Chris, of course, is the glue that holds this series together. Taking his time to host these races every Tuesday night. And he is currently struggling a little bit here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway with track position. Very good on the speed charts, but it is hard to get out of the back, and it looks like he may have biffed his qualifying run and maybe struggling with the progression towards the front.
Track position is key. I think we have already learned that tonight. We can look at Powell, who started on the pole here tonight and went down pit road a little bit early and has not had any luck at all from the back of the field.
Very confident over the radio. He would be cutting his way right back up towards the front. He goes, I'll be right back up here. No time at all. And that's just not been the case, as it is hard to unbox yourself once you get back in that too wide traffic. At least two more laps of caution flag here as Aaron Maynard gives a little shot to the pace car. Ron Weston still pacing in the number 2 position. Fisher still 3rd. Bruno 4th. 5th is Fecto. Stacy Cahoon 6th. 7th to Brian Hoare. Brent Dragon 8th. Phil Scott 9th. And Gene Paul Sear is rounding out the top 10 with Chris Machad in 11th. 12th to Robin Wood. Jim Silly 13th. 14th, 15th, and flashed too quickly. I couldn't continue to watch it. Some cars a lap down. That would be the Fountain 77, the Lanphier 40. And I believe the Tony Poisson 42, also a lap to the rears with the Clem Despos number 3. 16 to go. Field still single file behind the pace car, so we're at least 2 more times past the stripe before we go back to racing.
Bit of an extended caution right now. It looks like one of the live drivers, Cory Sherman, has dropped out of the race. We'll see if he can get back in before they go green. They're going to give every opportunity. Race control, fully aware of the situation, trying to give every opportunity for Cory Sherman in that 33 car to get back out on track.
He is experiencing technical difficulties, as they call it in the business. So Aaron Maynard, who is the leader, we'll have Ron Weston to his outside. Remember, they go back to racing action. Still got Powell with us in the 18 and LeGue with us in the 71. They are nose to tail when this restart finally comes out as the field bunches up in turn at number 4. They got damage that was gone from the LeGue 71 is now back. He's got some rare damage to go with it, and courtesy of the 18 of Bell.
Yeah, that was definitely nose to tail action there here under pacing. 5th caution of the evening being served out right now. Still waiting for the 33 of Cory Sherman to rejoin the field. He is still sitting on pit road with those technical difficulties. Hearing now that possibly a spark plug may have come loose, or a spark plug wire rather.
It looks like we may have just had a temporary driver change behind the wheel of the number 46. May have needed a pit stop for the 46 team, I believe. For the duration of this caution flag, it'll be young Ryan Maynard pacing the field in that 46 car. So hopefully Dad gets back in time. And Ryan Maynard, who is actually top 3 SK modified driver earlier today at the Stafford Speedway with AI Racing. So he's quite content if he has to run the rest of this race in the 46 while his dad has stepped away from the keyboard. We'll see if Dad makes it back in time or if Ryan Maynard has to run the rest of this race. Only time will tell. Our live drivers are dropping like flies here, Chris.
It's absolutely amazing. I'm putting my money on an AI driver if this keeps up.
Well, yeah, if you drop the 46 car out of the front here, you got a long ways to go before you get to a live driver.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Sherman's not even on the track yet. Still waiting for him. Electrical issues for sure plaguing the number 33 here tonight.
Oh, there he is. He's back, and just got word that the seat at the helm of the 46 car is swapped back to his rightful owners. We're ready to go back to racing. So just in time, everybody made it. And we're green. Maynard again will get the lead into turn number 1, but this time Ronnie Weston on the 35 is going to stay with him on the high side. The Windjammer Restaurant 35 puts the nose ahead down the back straightaway into the third corner, but it's Maynard who takes that flat, the way flat way down around the bottom back to the top spot. He'll come down with 14 laps to go. Maynard showing the way. Weston in second. Mike Bruno on the outside now has grabbed the third position. Chris Fisher in the 71, though. He wants it back. As we'll look a little bit deeper in the field at Chris Legue trying to make a hole out of the back. He's pinned in behind the Barnier's Rubbish, number 0 of Mark the Hammer Barnier. And Burger Blake trying to cut a rug 3 wide up the middle. He'll go down the front straightaway. Hammer down low. Burger up high. Legue through the middle.
Yeah, Legue definitely not letting off here, trying to work his way back into the top 20. And right now, actually, he has done that right now, running 18. Oh, big time problem on the outside wall. We got wall runners. We got
one upside down.
Holy cow. Send out the safety crew, make sure everybody's okay.
That was pretty radical, and it looks like we're going to have a good replay of it. Yes, we are. So, looks like Powell tried to follow the Chris Legue line, and it didn't work, and everybody behind them paid the price. Steve Renadet is torn up. Burger Blake was skimming the wall in the 27. That was bad news bears right there.
Unbelievably. It looks like Powell's going to make it back out on track.
I don't know how. They have a plethora in that pit area of duct tape and bungee cords and rod ends and bearings and rear end housings and everything else in there on like quick releases to get those car back together.
They even had to dump in a couple of quarts of oil on that one.
I think so. After flipping it up like that, you're going to want to at least check the dipstick. You see Chuck Beatty, who exited an open pit or a closed pit earlier, finally serving that penalty back to the end of the longest line. He did get scored for leading a couple of those laps, but unfortunately, he wouldn't get to hold the lead after the restart came out.
Again, can't stress this enough. What a great looking field. I mean, these guys came out with fresh paint, looking great this week.
Not so much the case anymore. Cory Sherman headed back down pit road in the number 6 automobile. Looks like he wants some service done on that hot rod. He was got a piece of that Flippy Magoo backstretch action as well.
There'll be 12 laps to go when we retake the green flag. Pace car lights are still on, so we've got about a lap and a half, I believe, before we go back under the green flag. Aaron Maynard continues to lead the way with Weston right behind him. A great restart last time for Weston. He took a very clean line and got a launch off from that outside groove. And boy, if Aaron wasn't so tuned into the track this week, Weston may have been able to get around him.
There is some dirt and grass that has we've talked about it on the broadcast. That's been kicked up a couple of times down on that bottom of the racetrack. And if you're the first guy back to it once the green comes out, it's not a very good. You don't have a lot of drive up off the second corner if you're trying to feather it off the grass that's been laid onto the racetrack. And Ron Weston took advantage of it, and he let it all the way down the backstretch last time. But Maynard again was just able to barrel it deep into the third corner to take the lead back. Let's see if Weston can pull a rabbit out of his hat and get by the driver that's led it every step of the way so far since lap number 4, as we have 11 to go. And the field will once again go into the columns of 2 behind the iRacing pace car.
We're 2 by 2 by 2 all the way back with Maynard leading the way. Weston to the outside, again, try and keep up with this restart. Can he hold the same line that he did last restart? We'll find out very quickly as the pace car is getting ready to come down pit road. And the car is going through turns 3 and 4 right now.
Pace car makes the hard left-hand turn down pit road. Aaron Maynard looks at the flagger. Green flag comes out. Maynard stomps the gas and leads to turn number 1. Ron Weston again kind of runs that 2.5 lane through 1 and 2, way up to the wall, down the back straightaway. Maynard will clear him as they head down the backstretch. Weston again trying to investigate that outside lane as deeper in the field. Chris Legue gets around the Steve Miller 00, drives deep underneath the 69 of Flipper, when we are under yellow again now with 10 laps to go.
10 laps to go. Cautions are starting to breed cautions here in North Wilkesboro. And that happened a little bit further up in the field, I believe.
Doesn't appear to be any new damage to the 71 of Lagu, so we know, oh yeah, there was a whole pile of them stopped on the back straightaway. That may have been, wow, look kind of like a junkyard over there. They're having a wholesale garage sale on a backstretch. I believe the 42 Tony Poisson was involved. Kip Stockwell got just a glimpse of it as the camera passed by. Of course, these cars are so distinctively painted like they were back in 1997. It's easy to just catch a glimpse of the car and then know who it was if you have the photographic memory of recently painting all these cars.
That would definitely help. I wouldn't mind doing something like that, if I could. Oh, we're reversing.
Yeah, put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it or something. I guess we got nowhere on that. No replay. We're angry at that replay. We'll try this again. Maynard in the 46, Weston 35, 10 to go. Officially scored in third now is Mike Bruno's 22. Chris Fisher is fourth. Fifth to Peter Fecto in the 75. I think Maynard may have just put the left side tires in the dirt to try to cool them off a little bit.
Taking a peek in on Jason Powell. Looks like he's falling back just in front of Cory Sherman, the Shermanator. Going to be looking at the back of Powell's car.
It was a tough break for him. Both those drivers. Left front tire down early on the 18 of Powell, and Shermanator's machine shutting down on him under that caution flag, which led to our last caution, which was the extended caution, which saw a relief driver in the 46 momentarily through the caution break, and the 6 car getting rebooted.
We've really seen it all here in this race.
We have. Can we see Ron Weston in the 35 get himself in front of that Aaron Maynard 46 and pick up his first win in the Tuesday Night Lights series?
Can we see a checkered flag? That's the question. Caution after caution after caution right now have been served, but we're going to fold in. Columns 2 one more time. Next time by, we go green flag racing. Maynard in control of the field.
We've had a lot of cautions here today, Chris, but one thing we also have is all 33 cars that started this race still competing in this race. Just a couple of cars a lap down from that long green flag run we had in the middle of the race. Kip Stockwell is having some issues in the number 16. He stopped on the back straightaway. We are set to go back to racing. We'll see if Stockwell 16 can get that sorted out. Steve Miller is back up to speed. We're coming off of turn number 4. Stockwell's 3 wide down on the bottom. Green flag back in the air. Let's see how long this one lasts, as they're already stacked up 3 wide. Weston on the outside this time gets the nose ahead off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Maynard a little bit of bobble down low, and Weston again will sail it too high into turn number 3, but not too high that he can't stay with it. Maynard will slam the door, coming to 10 to go. 9 laps remaining now, excuse me.
9 laps to go, and Weston's going to have to tread the front bumper, as there may not be much left after that slamming of the door further back in the field. To stack up in the middle of the track, it's Cory Sherman and Jason Powell. Powell leading away in the middle of a 3-wide situation. He hammers down on the front stretch and into turn number 1, still 3 wide.
Many cars going down pit road right now. That may have kind of caused this chain reaction, and that has allowed the 18 of Powell to move up a couple of spots. Sherman in the 6 will go, or the 33 will go with him on the middle lane around the 27 of Burger Blake, who's probably a little bit timid after the last time he was jacked 3 wide, rim riding the car down the wall. Still under green flag conditions. The drivers that were stuck in the back of the pack are making some serious moves, trying to get their way through. The 6/33 of Sherman, the 18 Powell have cut their way up through the pack, tips down low on Beaver Dragon, and they are closing in on Chris Lagu's number 71, who's trying to desperately to get by the number 6 of Chris Machad and the 68 of the silly one, Mr. Jim Silly.
Maybe he was looking for the center. It wasn't there. Oh, he slams doors with Machad. Machad going to try and hold him off as we are looking at got I don't even know. Okay, it's the race leader. It's SERN Maynard up front. Still action-packed out back. His lady knows that Powell's coming. Has to get out of his way. There was talk before the race on pit road. Heat between these two drivers. May or may not be settled here with 4 laps to go.
3 to go as they came back to the stripe. Lague 71, Powell 18, Shermanator there. Those 3 drivers run under a blanket right now, just outside of the top 10. Lague has the spot. Shermanator way up the outside, bounces her off the concrete with 3 to go.
No problem as they keeps going under green. 2 flags, popsicle sticks in the air for Aaron Maynard.
And across the stripe that time, it was Ron Weston, the race leader. Weston narrowly ahead. Maynard will battle back on the inside groove for the race lead, according to our scoring ticker, that is. As the 6 of Shermanator gets into the 71, Lague. Oh! Sherman's in the fence! Oh, Beaver Dragon got a piece of it. Chuck Manbeaty's involved. Oh, we've got one sitting in turn 4 trying to get out of the way. Oh, Clem Despo! Despo piles in. Battle for the race win. Maynard on the inside. He's going to win it. Weston will get second. What a finish. Look, you spinning in turn 4.
Jason Powell gets into the 71, spins him out. And here comes the Shermanator backwards for the finish.
I've never.
Unbelievable action. Oh, the 71 came by backwards as well.
Guess we've got the finish or replay right here. Oh yeah, Powell just unrooted him, laid him out. Oh, Burger Blake got another. Oh, Dave Whitcomb. Oh,
yeah, Whitcomb out of Whitcomb Service Center in the raw end of that deal. That wasn't even his fault.
He had nowhere to go. Oh, Aaron Maynard comes flying in with that pristine 46. That was the first dent the car got the whole night.
And what a dent he had as the 71 flipped upside down. Oh my goodness. Absolutely. I think these 3 drivers may be a little angry with each other.
There might be. There might be some feuding going on in the next week's race. You may want to make sure you tune into that. You're not going to want to miss it. Chris Lague is now driving away. I wonder what he's going to do. Yeah, we got a good replay.
The race win on the replay.
Oh no, this is coming down.
Past that. I'm so sorry.
That's just to let you know I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I was in this race too, guys. The one leading it the whole way. So Aaron Maynard narrowly beats Ron. Oh, backstretch.
Oh, Lague gets a little revenge.
Lague. Oh, and Stacy Cahoon for no apparent reason. Gives a shot to Aaron Maynard.
Really late. Oh boy, next week is going to be something else.
Oh yeah, back bolted together in the super late models. We'll figure out where we're going for next week. Yeah, we got to get some driver interviews. We still got anybody in here who's still, let's see. We'll get our I don't know, I guess second place finisher in the overall. Chris Lague. Chris came home in second, didn't get the qualifying run that you needed. Do you think that may be what you fought the majority of the day?
Oh, absolutely. That was the biggest problem that I had. I just couldn't. Every time I worked forward, something would happen to push me back. And then, of course, at the end, Powell, I don't know what his problem is, but we're going to settle this one way or the other.
He did say earlier today that he was thinking about running the next couple races. So, you got your opportunity next week. You got anybody you want to thank?
I do, yeah. First of all, I want to thank Aaron Maynard. He spent hours painting this car. It was beautiful before the race, and now absolutely destroyed. I'm just absolutely heartbroken. But yeah, big thank you to Aaron Maynard. Of course, got to thank Bourne's Texaco and Priority Auto.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Your second overall finisher. That was Chris Lague. I believe we got Cory Sherman. Cory, are you in here too? You got third in the overall, or maybe fourth in the overall. I don't know. I would never really check the actual running order. Cory, you in here? Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
That was a pretty exciting race. You shut the machine down, and they held the yellow for you. You got back, and you're racing forward, and then just kind of came unglued at the end.
Yeah, my crew guys, they switched my fans and my ignition switch on me, and I couldn't really tell, and I hit the wrong one, so I shut down that 33 Valvoline machine, and yeah, it was heartbreaking, but we tried to come from the back quite a bit.
You did a great job. You got anybody you want to thank?
I gotta thank Chris for putting on the league. It's a great league. I guess it's Tuesday Night Lights. I just joined it, so it's been fun. These guys are fun to race with, and lot of good guys out here, good racers. I gotta thank Savage Edge for my sponsor, my secondary sponsor behind Valvoline, and Priority Auto. I want to thank Priority Auto too. Go to www.priorityauto.com what is it? Backslash I don't know, Shermanator. Yeah, backslash Shermanator, and type it in, and you get 20% off an oil change.
20% off on oil change. Man, I'm telling you what. I may be checking that out. What'd you say? It was priorityautovt.com /Shermanator? I'll be checking that out.
Yes, and then you gotta use code Tuesday Night Lights.
Tuesday Night Lights and 20% off an oil change. I wonder if their service advisor knows that.
I'm sure he doesn't.
All right. Now
I'll tell you what, if you get to that form and you fill it out, I'll give you a free oil change.
We'll actually
use the code Tuesday Night Lights, and now you get a free oil change. You heard it right from the owner of Priority Auto.
Upgraded right now. We'll actually throw it to the owner of Priority Auto and my broadcast partner, Chris. Chris, take it away.
Well, I'll tell you what, a heck of a race here tonight, and the finish absolutely exciting. It really does kind of give a hint as to the direction that we're going. It's all for fun and fun for all. Come out and join us on a Tuesday night. We start at around 8 o'clock, a little bit of a late night here tonight because of the big iRacing update. But next week should be back to the normal time, 8 o'clock start time for the server, a 10 or 15 minute practice, a 5-minute qualifying time, and then it's racing 40, 45, 50 laps, whatever we get to, we get to.
Oh, and this just in, we have our race winner, Aaron Maynard, and I will conduct an interview with Mr. Aaron Maynard in the third.
You know what, Aaron? Why don't you let me take over that?
That was what I was trying to feed you right there.
Yeah, I know. I just plugged the league and whatever. All right, we've got the driver of the number 46 bringing it home in first spot. It's going to be Aaron Maynard. Aaron, what a run for you tonight.
I wake up in the morning on Tuesdays, and the only thing I'm looking forward to all day long, I mean, other than kissing my beautiful wife and hanging out with my beautiful children, is coming onto the iRacing, strapping in to my sim rig, and running in the Tuesday Night Lights League. And it makes me so happy when I can find my way into victory lane, just as I did tonight. This just completes me. I knew when I rolled into practice that at North Wilkesboro, no one could beat me. And then Jason Powell, he showed his face, and he said, I'm going to be faster than you are. So I threw nails on the racetrack to cut down his left tire. I threw one nail at his tire, cut it down. He had to go to the pits. I had the rest of the race in the bag. I am now Mr. Tuesday, because that's my second win in a row. It's Tuesday, spelled out TWOS day. That's right. Thank you very much to Valvoline, Rainey's Discount Beverage, Ron's Auto, and you, Chris, for giving us the place to race every Tuesday night. Thank you, guys. Have a great night.
All right, you heard it here live. It's the race winner, the driver of the number 46, Aaron Maynard. And I got to thank everybody for tuning in tonight to Savage Edge Racing. Make sure to check us out every Tuesday night for short track action.
Hey, Chris, can I just add something really quick? That Aaron Maynard guy is kind of a dick. He's a dicky race car driver. I thought he'd be way nicer than that.
He's got a little chip on his shoulder 2 weeks in a row. Why not?
I guess so, but I definitely did not expect that. I almost thought he was going to be like walking through the curtain on the next AEW event the way he was talking.
It's true. He's trying to get some fan heat right now.
Yes. Thank you guys for joining us. Thanks everybody. Thanks for racing with us. Thanks for broadcasting the first two, Cory. Thanks, Chris, for again hosting this races. And I had a great time, and we'll be back next week.